here.
Hey, how's it? Like a full-time job.
Yeah. Good thing neither of us are working.
And then tell me what you have. So, it's so funny.
Woo, there we go. The Kinako dog of approval letting us know we are live. How's it, everybody? And welcome to the Daily Pidgin. My name's Andy Bumatai.
And I'm James Money.
And you're looking at a podcast. Now, this is television, not the internet, but what we do is we do a podcast on the internet and then edit this TV show out of it. Okay, regular viewers of this program know that by now, but those of you who may just be joining us, our podcast happens at 3 p.m. weekdays on
TV?
no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Facebook,
On Facebook,
LinkedIn,
Twitch,
yeah.
YouTube, and then it goes on TV at 7 p.m. weekday. But if you would like to join
You
us,
blew it. You blew it. You blew it. Give up.
I got lost when Kinako started barking.
Yeah,
He's
there
like,
well, because she's barking at you. That's why. But anyway, folks, we do this we do this television show again, edited out of the podcast, and we have 6 segments to do. The first one, James and I do by ourselves, and then we have a special guest coming in, Lono, singer-songwriter from Molokai, and if you're familiar with the podcast version of what we do, his music is featured extensively because it is onolicious. And what I want to talk to him about, I can't wait, is how he goes from playing traditional Hawaiian slack key to something that you could play in a jazz club anywhere around the country. Amazing stuff. And by the way, talking about amazing stuff, didn't we have fun yesterday on that show?
Oh yeah, when we took a trip down memory lane and saw all of our old toys and
Thanks. Yeah, well,
candies.
if you missed it, let's just give you a little taste tester of what we did. What we did, we brought out pictures of things and said, what, you guys remember this? Or if you're young enough, I'll bet you don't even know what this is. Check this out. This was our generation's Spotify right there. How many had one of these monstrosities in the house? Wow. Look at that. I know.
That's stacked up.
Right. And what was the brand? Do you remember the brand when you had one of these?
Well, I remember we had a Sharp, I think. I don't know what that.
Yeah.
Is it Zenith?
No, it was Marantz. By the way, Lono, people are saying they can hear your mic because your mic's still hot. So when you're doing this stuff, they can hear you.
Roaming around here.
Yeah.
In the green room.
Yeah, he's in the green room. I guess I could bring his sound down. Let me see if I can do that. There. I think that. Now you're safe, Lono, so don't worry about it. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, do you remember this thing here? Oh, look, Johnny Rocks Hollywood, Toshiba. Oh, love Pat. I had one of those.
And what you can't see, kids, on the top is a record player.
No.
Well, for the kids.
No. Oh, record player. Yeah. It was a turntable.
Yes.
You know what the difference between a turntable and a record player was?
Oh, no.
$150. Oh, look at this, Auntie Bagel. I stay tossing out the blanket of aloha to all my ohana. Oh, we had one of those too. Yeah, that was
And the funny thing, so in the Samoan house, if the floors are wood, you cannot walk around it when you're playing the record.
Why not?
Because the thing will start moving and then they'll skip the record.
Oh, well, only you and your family had to worry about moving the house when you walk. Okay. In the Filipino household, they could jump rope or do
the sticks.
Yeah, right. Oh, look at this. Elaine says, I had one of those too, yes. Yeah. Well, we had a Sansui system right there. Oh, come on, Mouse, no, act up. Oh, yeah, and look, Keone Nunes says he had Sansui too. Ooh, That's much better. The hissing sound went away. Yeah, I muted Lono's mic. Okay. My brother still has one of those.
I love
I
those.
still have mine.
I love those.
Yeah, they are. And a lot of people swear by them. I mean, when we were talking to Stephen Espanola, he said the sound on a vinyl 10-inch, amazing, right? So, what did he say? It was warmer. That's what it was.
Yeah.
There
Do
we
you have
go.
another one?
Yeah. Huh?
Do you have another picture for us?
Yes, I do. This is Kaela. There's the picture.
Hey, Kaela.
Yeah. Okay, here's another one. Now, this one is more of a riddle than anything else. Okay, first of all, you'll need to identify it. And then second of all, tell us what experience you had with it. Okay, here we go. Boom. What's going on in this picture?
Oh,
Don't say it. Don't say it. Let the hammer jang gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those of you in TV land, if you joined us live at 3 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, you can jump into the chat and you can answer some of these questions.
Oh, yep, there you could. Yeah, in fact, I'll show you the chat here a little bit. Look, I kept my grandpa's tube amp to listen to vinyl. Nice sound. Oh, there we go. See, does anybody know what's happening in this picture here with the window and the two hands? Oh, and where? Ding, 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 ding. Bus window. Remember, look at this. And then Pokoliti comes in. School bus window. Always got stuck. It was an art opening that school bus window, right?
Yeah, because if you open and you go one side crooked, then it'll get stuck.
Couldn't do it.
And I also know when you played football against YNI, when you leave, you roll up the window because rocks will hit your bus if you win.
When you arrive, are you kidding? In and out. That's right, bus window. In fact, I remember coaches from other schools saying, "Okay, everybody, put on your helmet."
Yep. Keep your helmets on.
Keep your helmets on the way to the stadium there. Yeah. All right, gang, there we go. Yes, Chevelle, bus windows. So we will be right back with none other than prolific singer-songwriter Lono from Molokai when we return, okay? So Pinky Pooh, promise you're going to come back. Come on. Right there.
Oh, the other way?
No, not with you. I know you coming back. I'm talking to the people there.
I like play too.
Oh, okay. Go. Happy. We'll be back. Let me start this and we're back. We have a special guest. I'm so excited about talking to him because he has donated so much music to the Daily Pidgin over the 3 years that we've been on the air or on the internet, right? Everything from, like I said, traditional, Hawaiian slack key to what I would call jazz, Talk about, what's the word? Eclectic?
Oh, I was going to say versatile.
No, eclectic, because it sounds more like a pastry.
That's one of my favorite ones.
That's right. Well, I like the eclectic with the caramel on the top. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome none other than Lono. Hey, how's it, Lono?
All of my cowboys.
Yeah, there we are. So how you doing today? You all right? Been working?
Good. Very good, yeah.
You been working a lot?
I haven't been playing on any stage except YouTube.
Yeah, but you've been in the studio going nuts, right?
Well, we've been recording a lot of songs, and so I had 3 guys doing mastering, down to 1 now. People have different tastes. If you put your work in somebody else's hands, you might not like it.
For those who, hey Lono, for those who may not know, explain the mastering. And now, get me wrong, you get in a studio, everybody plays their parts in the studio, you have all that. What is mastering?
Okay, mastering is the final part of your project. That's when they put everything, they use compression and reverbs, they take off some HZs, and they make it ready for radio, television. So it doesn't matter if you play it on a small little blaster to a big house. It's it's the same. It's all
Okay.
the volumes are the same.
Oh, I
It's
see.
done by
So,
mastering.
but that's where like you bring up this part and you turn down this part and you make everything cohesive.
Right, right. Mastering is the last
Wow.
part of recording before you can send it out to people on the internet or other different companies, documentaries, all these people that do documentaries and stuff so that they have a consistent volume with,
Oh,
Rolling Stones, Aerosmith.
yeah.
How long usually one song takes to master?
Um, Nowadays, it can be pretty fast. They can do it in a couple of hours. Um, Most of the guys that do mastering, they want the mix so that they can mix it into their mastering. But we don't want that. We want the mix to stay the same. We don't want them to change the mix. Sometimes they add a little bit too much reverbs and they make it bigger, and then the
Oh,
vocals get swallowed up. And so,
well,
I want the guy that's mixing to do the mastering because he already knows what we want to put out there, what we want to be. Uh, you know, since it's going to be out there, uh, you can live with it the rest of your life.
Oh, right.
well, once yeah, because once you put it out there, well, you can't go back and change it again. But people do that, right? They say remastered an album or something like that, right? I've seen
Yeah,
that.
well, like Henry Capone, put out his song "Home in the Islands,"
Yeah,
but I think it was the Casimir Brothers that did it first,
yeah.
I think, and then he came out with his version of, oh, this is how it's supposed to sound, you know. After
Oh,
he had won a bunch of awards with that song, with that recording, uh, and then he did his version of it. So you had to compare Roland and Robert to Henry, and then Henry did another version of it. So,
yeah.
so well,
Wow.
there's a lot of versions of Waimanalo Blues,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nana Cooley Blues, right? Nana Cooley
Right.
Blues,
But the original was Nanakuli Blues, right?
right? The original was Nana Cooley Blues, but we heard Waimanalo Blues first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of relatives in Waimanalo, and so they claim it's their song.
Yeah, Pokoli T says, so then mastering an album is something like editing a book. I don't think you take things out though when you
No, no, you
master.
mix. That's called mixing. That's mixing.
Oh,
You
okay.
record, then you spend like a month mixing, and one song can take up to 10, 15 hours to mix because then you get into
Wow.
automation, and then automation locks it down, and then you can go into mastering. It's just another level so that it's you can play it anywhere in Germany, anywhere. The volumes will be just the same. You won't lose anything. That's why you need mastering. So I'm mastering right now, and yeah, it's having fun. It's another process. We're mastering now so that we can release next month.
Next month. So how long? This is your band Evie.
Evie, right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Bones. Yeah.
IWI.
Yeah.
Bones, right? The foundation of us, of all of us. Bones.
Yeah.
Uh,
How
and
many? How many in that band?
3.
Three. Ooh.
It's just drums, guitar, and bass. And what we're attempting to do is we 3 old guys, in our 60s, right? 3 OGs,
Yeah.
and we're kind of not we're not happy with the way Hawaiian music, has been really feminized, and
Yeah.
like Gabby was good for Hawaiian music,
Yeah.
but not good for hula.
Yeah.
So country comfort was great for Hawaiian music. Hawaiian guys, Hawaiian boys loved that. Hawaiian people loved it. The Kalapana, and the thing about what's happening is Cyril Pahinui, Dennis Kamakahi, Roland Casimiro, they all said that they wish they could have rock and rolled a little more, and none of them, they could, none, because they were branded with the Hawaiian already. But when before Gabby came out, all of us guys in high school in Waianae, sitting out on the field, football field, we all were listening Grand Funk Railroad and
Yeah, but then along comes Henry Capono, right, and says, "Guess what? I am gonna rock it." And I'll tell you what, Lono, we're gonna be back with the next segment. We're gonna talk more about that because I remember telling Henry. He told me people give me grief because I don't play Hawaiian music. I'm Hawaiian. Anything I play is Hawaiian music. So I tell you what, folks, don't go away. We'll be right back with more of Lono and his mastering process after this. And we are back. Thank you for rejoining the Daily Pidgin. My name's Andy Bumatai.
And I'm James Money.
And our special guest is none other than singer-songwriter from the island of Molokai. Let's hear it for Lono. Please sit down, folks. Sit down. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Lono. I know it's embarrassing to you.
Same guys, right?
Same people.
They're standing out in the yard cheering every time you give them the cue.
We have a cardboard sign that says applesauce, and we fool them every single time. So, Lono, this new project, how long in the making has it been?
Well, we started this like when we had the lockdowns. And so we started, since we're not going anywhere, we just decided to just record. So we recorded every Tuesday and Thursday. And then your show, the OG show, was on Tuesday and Thursday. So I was having a hard time with that. I had to move it to Monday. One guy couldn't make it. And I tried to move it to Wednesday, and the other guy couldn't make it. And so we're stuck on Tuesday and Thursdays right now. We're still doing Tuesday and Thursdays. So we, since we rehearse in a recording studio, and Miles was there. I took Miles to the studio. Mm-hmm. And since we rehearse there, we just decided, well, we just record while we're sitting here rehearsing. So we recorded 36 songs, and I wrote all of them, right, every song, and so been living with me for a long time, these songs, and so they're taking on different characters, and so now here it's finally Evie's gonna do it and get it done, and since we recorded all these songs, we decided to do a CD every 4 months this year, every 3 months. So March will be a first release of Evie's first one, and then June be the second, September will be the third CD, and December will be the fourth CD, and in 2024, by May of 2024, we'll have the fifth one out. So we'll have 5 Evie CDs total. Great. Hey, Miles. 5 CDs done hopefully by next year of May. And then we're going to all retire from the group.
Okay, a couple questions. The first thing, does everyone live on Molokai?
Right. Three of us live here. We're all about the same age. We're all in our 60s, and I'm the youngest of them. And so I'm the songwriter, the singer, the arranger, and then so it's all our songs, all original. We only do original songs, and these guys got tired of playing covers, all their lives, and so now in these songs, I allowed them to, express yourself, make yourself known, because this is a new genre we're introducing to the Hawaiian side of music, and it's been done before. Henry Capono, he did the Wild Hawaiian album, which is excellent. and I saw that performance on Maui at Cliff Niole's Celebration of the Arts at the Ritz-Carlton, and it was really good. And I got to see Henry do that. So, Henry's been one of my idols, an icon of Hawaii since high school. And I got to perform with him a couple of times, a couple of concerts in Illinois and Chicago. We did a show with Joe Walsh, Christopher Cross, and Henry was on that show with us. We're on an album that a guy named Bill Curtis produced, almost 20 years ago, I think it was. But so Henry and I have been friends for a long time, and really appreciate his friendship. He's been really nice to me, and I thank him for that.
Hey, the distribution on that CD, how do you go about getting that in people's hands? I mean, is it in stores? Do you order it online? I know your website, you can go there and boom, so how do people get it once it's available?
I'm going to have it on my site, on the Lono Music site. I'll put it on there. But we're going to just send it out to different people that want to use it online. And, the three of us, we really don't want to be on a stage anymore.
Yeah.
We all got, we've been through we survived it's the stuff that, usually would take out musicians, have access to excess. And,
ooh, I like that.
Yeah, so you get in trouble. It's nothing but trouble. There's no trouble. All trouble there. So better to, at this age, like if I was 24 or 25 and three of us, we'd be going crazy, right? But since we're older now, there's a generation, I think, that is out there that really missed the country comforts, the Kalapanas. And I'll get some to you, Andy, James, maybe to Augie, whoever
Mad
wants
Statter,
it.
of course, Mad Statter.
Mad Statter, right. Mad Statter, right.
Yeah.
The best Statter is Mad Statter.
Wow. Hey,
But
listen,
to everybody here.
I have an off-topic question, only because Darlene S. here, okay, she said, Lono, you said to save my question till Friday, so do you have one tattoo? And if so, what kind?
Well, I was drunk enough. Sorry, Keone. Oh, man. I have to say this in front of my friend. I did go into a Lyle Tuttle studio on Broadway in San Francisco. I was playing with a band there. We had won fourth place in Battle of the Bands in San Francisco, and we ended up playing at the Stone San Francisco. And I think Neil Sean, Steve Perry, Grace Slick, Eddie Money, they were judges. And so we ended up taking fourth place, and we ended up playing across the street from the Stone San Francisco at a place called Mabuhay Gardens on Broadway. And right down the street was a Lyle Tuttle shop. So we played at, I think, 2 a.m, and we got done at 4, and the club was closed at 6. We went out on Broadway in San Francisco, and it's like empty, the streets of San Francisco. Empty, closed.
Oh.
So luckily,
hey Lono,
well,
you gotta save the end of this story from the beginning of the next segment. And I thank you, because how can people tune away before they find out what tattoo you got in a drunken stupor after playing a great show? Folks, you know why you need to come back. I don't need to say any more. Stay tuned. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Andy Bumatai.
And I'm James Money.
And we are both waiting with breathless anticipation, because in the last segment, Lono started a story about how he got a tattoo that he doesn't remember getting. He never found out what it was. And now, the exciting conclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, singer-songwriter all the way from Molokai. Let's hear it for Lono. How's it, brother? You gotta finish the story.
Oh, well, yeah, it was like 6 a.m, and the only thing was open was a tattoo shop. And so we were, you know, I apologized to Keone right away because that's my friend. And yeah, so yeah, I'll take a tattoo right here, put one right here in the middle of my chest. Oh man,
Still drinking in the tattoo shop. Oh,
drinking this.
Crown Royal attacks again.
Peach flavor.
Okay, we won't ask you to show it to us, but what was it? What was it? What is it? I guess
It's a Yellow Rose of Texas.
Oh man,
Texas.
that looks like
of
half
Texas.
a bottle of Crown to me right there.
Well, you know, that's why. Sorry, Darlene, I kept you waiting. I should have just said.
No, that was a great story.
You know,
Look at here, Miles. We want to see it. No, we can't do it. We're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait on that. It'll be his album cover one day. One of the CDs.
The title will be Yellow Rose of Texas.
yeah, Yellow Rose of Texas.
Did anyone else in the band get a tattoo?
Yeah. Yeah. So I got cherries, and I got a made in Hawaii.
Right
here.
there. Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Because of, you know, when I was there in the mainland, some of my black friends couldn't call me Lono; they would call me Rallo. So I said, no, Lono, Rallo, Lono, Rallo. So I tattooed it, made in Hawaii, just to let them know.
Oh, there you go. Here's one that'll make you feel a little better, Lono. This comic, when we were at the Comedy Store, there was a tattoo parlor across the street. Brada and Inu Nui, right? And he went over there. He came back. He went, bro, check this. Well, not bro. He goes, check this out, man. Check this out. Okay. And he's got one of those hearts with the ribbon in it where you put the girl's name. You know, one of those kind of that regular heart with you put your girlfriend's name in the middle. But he put your name here. And everybody went,
Wasted away again.
everybody said, oh, your girlfriend's going to be real happy when she sees that tomorrow.
He's thinking about the future. The name could change.
You know,
Tattoos.
we were down in Mexico playing at this place in Palace in Cancun, and one of our guys went out. I was so drunk. Next morning, we found him in his room, and he had a barbell in his nose.
A barbell?
Yeah, piercing.
Oh,
Yeah.
a piercing.
Piercing. Yeah, in his nose, and he don't know how it got there. So, yeah, we're down there, and then next night everybody's, you know, so we're on the dance floor in the disco, and you know, at the Palace, and some girl hit his nose, and the barbell came out, and he was bleeding. And they had to shut the disco down and kick everybody out because blood all over the place.
Wow.
It didn't come loose. It got ripped out.
It ripped out. Yeah, it got ripped out of his nose. Some girl hit him in the face. And,
Was it a mosh pit?
You're kidding.
No, it was regular. It wasn't really a disco, but Mexico was a lot of people, and so they had to clear the floor because of blood everywhere.
Hey, you know that that Yellow Rose of Texas may be a classic because Keone says Lyle just passed away a couple years ago. He would come to Hawaii often. That was the artist that did your tat, right?
That was one of his shops.
Oh, one of his shops. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he had a shop right on Broadway in San Francisco.
Oh man!
It seems like if you go someplace and there's a tattoo parlor across the street, don't drink.
I don't have any tattoos. I really, I it's everyone goes, what? Why not? You don't have? I said, I go, let me think about it for a while, and then I talk myself out of it because I'm so glad because I'd have Grand Funk Railroad on my arm if I did the first tattoo I wanted,
Grand Funk. I thought that was like a condition. Grand Funk Railroad on my arm.
Wow, you don't know Grand Funk Railroad, huh? It's a band. Can you imagine that, Lono? I have to tell somebody Grand Funk Railroad. It's a band. Okay, let's see. It says, I didn't know that Puku was gone. My condolences. Oh, yeah, we had to, poor thing. Yeah, I know. Well, had him since I was I had to put one of my dogs to sleep because blind, deaf, and I don't mean to laugh, but he would do this thing where we called it, Puku's room bud, because he'd get stuck in the corner, like, and he couldn't. I know, so sad. Oh, Puku's room bud, and we had to pick him up, and it was weird because you had to reboot him. If you put him in his sleeping place, then he would reorient, and then he kind of knew where everything was. But he got doggy dementia, and
Poor thing.
Yes. I would have Grand Funk Railroad. You would, Michael. I know. Michael's also working on some projects here also.
Yeah, my dog went deaf, awesome. So that wasn't too bad. It's just when you try to wake him up, you have to touch him. Yeah,
and then he get all push.
Yeah, like,
whoa, what the heck is going on?
All of a sudden.
Yeah, look at this here. Keone says, old school tattooist I knew got in trouble with his girlfriend when he saw a tattoo stencil on his, he accidentally saw it and then his pants was down. Oh, okay. We'll let Keone define that one on his own. Okay, bro.
Isn't that a fruit?
Yeah, it's a fruit. That's what it is.
Hey,
a fruit.
You got to get him back, Andy. You got to get Keone back, and you say, "What is that?
What is that?" We'll bring that. We'll drive him nuts with that comment. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with more of Lono after this. Don't get tattooed while we're gone. Start the timer, and we are back. Let's see the tattoo, because I know you didn't listen to me. Where did you put it? Huh? Oh, on his arm. I knew it. Oh, cannot listen. But you know what? It looks nice. It looks very nice.
Thank you.
Folks, we're talking to the prolific songwriter and musician, and he plays a left-handed guitar. Very interesting. But he is on Molokai, which I want to talk about specifically, okay? But let's bring him back on the screen. Please help me welcome Lono. Oh, you brother. Look at that.
Another album cover.
Another album cover. Oh, man. We're going to do some screen grabs and say, come on, brother, this is all you need to do. Yeah. What I wanted to ask about Molokai, okay, is, by the way, I say Molokai, and I know a lot of people just say Molokai, so, whatever, don't hate me if, people out there going, hey, why you keep saying Molokai, But are there any advantages to being on that island as opposed to Honolulu, where people would say, that's where the action is?
Well, this is where the non-action is.
So, is that a good thing?
Well, yeah, because you're not pressured by, having to be anywhere, and there's nothing here, so you don't expect much because there's nothing. We don't have freeways. We have a highway, one, and we don't have any lights or any street lights and all. But people use courtesy. You just be nice and you slow down. And if you gotta wait, usually traffic is like 5 cars. There's 5 cars, and you're the 5th car.
Yeah.
And so that's our traffic. And
that's traffic.
By the speed, by the speed limit, who's in front. Yeah, you can tell by 35 miles an hour, Damon Place. 30 miles an hour, Fred Bicoy. So by the mile how fast you're going, who's in front holding up the traffic here. There's only 5 cars. And so I got passed by one car and he got in front of me and now 6.
That's 6.
That's it.
But you and your Mustang, what? You're the one in the back. Hey, come on. I have a life. I'd like to lead it.
But that only goes for like
I,
what, 4 miles?
yeah. Yeah.
So basically what you're saying is, Molokai, because of the non-distractions, it's better for
Right.
creativity.
Yeah, you have much open thought and thinking. You don't have the pressures of having to be at a gig or having to. You got friends stopping by, or you don't have no distractions, and so that's why I used to live here when I was a kid. My dad ran Puohoku Ranch for like 30 something years, ever since I was a kid, and so I went to Kilohana School. Yeah, no Zippies, no McDonald's, no Cokes, no fries, no apple pies.
There you go.
So I went to school at Kilohana School, and then went to Waianae Makai Elementary School. Great people over there, and then back to Molokai, and then back to Waianae. I played a Pop Warner at Pililao Park.
Yeah,
Gordon
Pililao
McKen was my
Park.
coach, and Norman Solomon was another football player of ours. And then I went back to Molokai, and then there was no football there, so because I was already playing Pop Warner and JV at Waianae, went back to Waianae and finished up and graduated there. Yeah.
But
So Molokai was part of my life here.
But did you go back to Molokai specifically because you wanted that isolation to create?
Yeah, I lived on Maui for like 20 years, and I was seeing the way Kihei, I was the captain of lifeguards out there, and I was a pretty good swimmer, but Kihei was changing. I saw Goodfellow put the infrastructure right in South Kihei Road, right behind my lifeguard tower, and then a whole bunch of people moved in. And it was so funny because back in the days when the first migration happened, everybody was complaining about that. And then those guys got in, got settled. And then the next migration came in, and they're yelling at those guys. But that was you guys yelling at.
Wow.
They get here, and now they're yelling at yelling at the new tourists moving in. So it's kind of layered. So, but I got fed up in Kihei. I just had enough of it. I'd done my time, and I was flying over Molokai one day, getting to Oahu to play center stage at Ala Moana Center, and passed right over the ranch that I was living on. It's 14,000 acres of ranch. Wow. It was like 7,200 head of cattle. Our family ran at one time, and there was a couple other cowboys that worked with us there, but I wasn't a cowboy, right?
Yeah.
And I was a surfer. I'm from Macau. I'm surfing, living on Macau Street, just past Macau Beach, living there with my grandmother, and surfing to trying to rope a cow. So I kind of didn't fit in. So my stepdad wasn't happy because I tried to be a cowboy, but I was a surfer.
Well, and you know what, too, is the creative guy in you was kind of laying in wait, right? Going, and you know what, cows are beautiful. Same way, grew up on the dairies, just didn't connect with the cow thing,
Hey, Andy.
Yeah.
In the morning before I went to school, Kilohana School, I had to go out and milk the cow, right? So I had to go down to the barn, get the feed, put it in the trough, let the cow in, put the rope on her, and sit there, lean my head against the cow, and just milking until I pass out. I'm leaning on the cow and I'm sleeping, and my mom has to come in and wake me up and send me to school while she finished the cow.
Oh my God. Yeah, I worked on a milking dairy, and we had the machines, when we brought them in, but mine was, I worked in the calf pen, because people forget that to get milk from cows, they have to give birth every once in a while, and man, what a hassle. Yeah,
what a mess.
Yeah.
But when we come back, we want to hear more about the creative process, and how you go from traditional Hawaiian to the jazz when we come back. Okay, deal?
Excellent.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, gang. We're going to Wait, hold on. Oh, what? I hit the wrong button one more time. Let's bring Lono back on. You still there? Yeah, good. In fact, you know what? I haven't been using this shot. I want to look at this one here. Look at this. We see
Another
the
album cover.
we see the pictures in the back and all his gear. Oh, let's come back with this
Let me
one.
see. Let me get out of the way. There you go.
We'll be right back after this. Oh man. This and we are back. And folks, if you're watching this on television, I gotta tell you, you really have to join us on the live stream, okay? And that's 3 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time on most platforms. Search Andy Bumatai, and you can see what happens in between while we're at commercial here on
behind
TV.
the scenes.
Behind the making of. That's right. And we're talking to a singer-songwriter, Lono from Molokai, and here he is. How's it, Lono?
It's a handsome dude.
Yeah, there he is. And what I wanted to ask you about, okay, was you have such, a wide range of the music that you do. I mean, everything from traditional kiho'alo to what I would call jazz, okay? Well, do you go through, like, I'm going to do this for a while and then you switch, or how does that work is what I'm asking.
Well, we all started, like I was saying back then when I was at the old Hail to Thee High School. We were trying to go rock and roll, but then Gabby came out and everybody went to Hawaiian, so we started off in the Hawaiian. But when I went to the mainland, after I left Maui, I talked to some of the guys that do hula shows there, great musicians, Jesse Nakaoka, a great friend of mine, Louis Williams. And they said, if you go to the mainland, you're going to be worth more when you get back. Well, in the mainland, I hooked up with PMR, Professional Musicians Referral, and they referred me to all these different groups across the country. So I played and learned, and eventually I got back, and I had learned so much things, and so now I'm just incorporating all that travels, all that years into what we're doing now. And so that's why Evie is at the place it's at, and it's just going to be to me, it's like my last,
Not your last
I'm not going to
hurrah.
go out. Well, my last, I'm not sure I'm going to be recording much more than, I'm not sure, I really don't know.
Well,
So,
how many albums do you have out right now? I mean, most people have like 5, and they're bragging. How many you got?
Yeah, well, I have 14, and then I have a couple others that are 2 live CDs, and others that were not produced by me, but ones that Henry Capone and I are on. HD
Okay.
Planet, it's called. And so all my CDs, I wrote all the songs, and I have, a friend of mine came to Molokai,
Yeah.
and we hooked up for about 2 weeks, and I showed him how to play the ukulele, and we hung out for a while. And then he went back to the mainland, and he went on a YouTube thing and played his ukulele. And I met him in Illinois, and he came to Molokai. We walked around town. Nobody knew who he was, and so he kind of liked Molokai because
Yeah, a little laid
nobody
back.
knew who he was.
Hey, here's Mad Statter.
anyway.
She wants to know, how did you learn Olelo o Hawaii so fluently?
Oh, I don't know it fluently. No. Sorry, Matt Statter. No, I don't know it fluently. I know some of the words and some of the stuff from history, Hawaiian history I had read, but I don't speak it. I don't have anybody to conversate with, so I don't. Back when I was learning, Kapuna say, English was the language of the future.
Yeah.
And so we stopped. My grandma's house, we actually stopped talking Hawaiian anymore because, because you go to school and you get in trouble, and you get home and you get in double trouble.
Yeah, that was my dad. Hey, Ulu here, she says, Aste Vegas. I love watching your videos. How's it, Lono? I used to go to Kahula Piko when Kumu John Kaimokawa was still with us.
Right. John Kamikawa was a great kumuhula. I was in his halau for about 6 years. And there's a couple of songs on this EV track that are going to be of John's chants from 900 AD.
Wow. Okay,
So we want to kind
as
of,
we...
I'm not a chanter, so I made music out of it so I could remember
But
these songs. Thank you for that. Thank you for that chat. I can't see the chats, but thank you for mentioning John.
So as we wrap up this last segment here, tell us again about the how you intend to release this new CD project with Evie, and how many are coming over how many months?
Right. So the first Evie project is probably coming out in March, and then another one in June, a different one, and another one in September, and then another one in December, and then the last one of the 5 will be in probably May of 2024, and then that's it. The 3 of us are going to retire out of this band, and at least say this is our legacy. We're going to leave these 5 CDs as and I wanted to do what Cyril wanted to do, Dennis wanted to do, especially Bozo. Roland Casimiro wanted to do a little bit more rock and roll. I mean, it's not really rock and roll. It's just progressive folk music. So
Lono, thank you so much for being a part of the Daily Pidgin. And I got to tell you, I can't wait till those CDs are released. Everybody's going to go, I like one, Garen Ballbaron. So thanks for being here, bro.
Thanks, Ed. Thanks, James. Awesome, man.
Aloha. Woohoo.